Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking Make Prem sunscreens. For those of you that have been around the channel for a while, you probably know that my holy grail, absolute must-have sunscreen was the Make Prem UV Defense Me fluid. That was 100% mineral-based sun protector with a gorgeous matte finish that worked perfectly for my oily, acne-prone skin. That product has been withdrawn from market by Make Prem and been replaced by a hybrid sunscreen, which looks very similar, has the same claims, but does it actually live up to the same holy grail status as the original? We're going to pick it apart in this video. I'm going to look at the old versus the new, and of course I'm going to share with you my thoughts and feelings on what's gone on and what's prompted this change. So sit back, relax, and let's talk Make Prem sunscreens. Now, I've got a whole host of things to cover, so I think it's time we cut the waffle and just jump straight on in. I'm going to start with a brief overview of this product, which is the original Make Prem UV Defense Me fluid. This is the product that I've been fangirling hard about for the past 18 months and really worked so well in my skincare routine. This product was discontinued a month ago and so no longer available for sale online. I was devastated because it's so amazing when you find that sunscreen that just works for you, and obviously when that's taken from you, when that's removed from market, I just thought, oh, I'm gonna have to start the whole process again. Fortunately, they've replaced it with a product I'm going to come onto in a minute, and I'm going to compare and contrast the two. This was 100% mineral sunscreen, but it left a perfect deadpan matte complexion to the skin. This is really important if you have oily or acne prone skin, because whilst most sunscreens leave a dewiness, that glisten and that greasiness to the skin, this is something you just want to avoid if, like me, you have oily skin or acne blemish prone skin. This deadpan matte and kept you matte throughout the day. It was like the best mattifying product I've ever found. It could be a little bit on the drying side if you had pre-existing dryness in the skin, so it wasn't universally applicable to everyone, and whilst the white cast was pretty much non-existent for me, if you had a deeper, darker or richer skin tone, this could have left a little bit of a hue or a white cast to the skin. It wasn't the original formulation. The original formulation they did actually had things like bergamot oil and other things that could be sensitizing to the skin. They did a reformulation about a year ago, removed all of that, and it just meant that this product was so fantastic for so many different people. I loved it for a large amount of product you got, the really fair price that they charged for it, and like I say, it was a cruelty-free sunscreen that I reached for time and time again. They removed that product from market and did a like-for-like replacement with this, which is the Make Prem UV fluid. Looks very similar, it has a very similar application, and it has the same claims and benefits highlighted on the bottle. So what are actually the differences between these products? Well, this one is a hybrid sunscreen. So whereas the Make Prem UV Defense Me fluid was 100% mineral filters, this actually combines mineral and chemical filters. I love hybrid sunscreens. I actually did a whole video on them, which I'll link up there. Definitely worth checking out, because I think that's where the technology and the industry is heading. It's fantastic because you get all the benefits of chemical UV filters, but with the addition of the mineral filters, it reduces your total amount of chemicals needed. So you reduce your chemical exposure, but also still get the great locked-in sun protection, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Make Prem really lead the way when it comes to transparency and release their full data on the testing done on this, so you can really reach for it knowing you're getting that tried, trusted, and verified SPF 50+ with a really high UVA rating as well. In terms of the ingredients, well, not only have they changed the filters, which I think is the core thing that stands out in terms of what's changed, but actually they've taken out some of the potentially sensitizing ingredients and extracts from the original, and they've replaced them with ceramides and panthenol. This is such an improvement when it comes to product formulation. Ceramides are amazing for the skin. They help to hydrate, but they can also build back the skin barrier, and they're great if you have sensitive or impaired barrier. This is something I captured in a recent video on ceramides, which I'll link up there. So if you're unsure as to whether you need them in your skincare routine, check out that video, because honestly, I think they can benefit so many people. The panthenol as well is a great B vitamin that calms and soothes the skin. So I think this has taken it from a really good product into a really amazing product. In terms of how it applies, it has the exact same consistency, very lightweight, does blend. You can clearly tell it has a mineral component in there, but it doesn't leave a chalky finish. Because they've replaced some of the mineral UV filters with chemical ones, in fact, they've taken out the zinc oxide and just used titanium dioxide in this one as the key mineral filter. This leads to a lot less potential for a white cast, and so this is a much more applicable sunscreen for people with deeper, darker and richer skin tones, and so I think that being more applicable and more universal has to be a good thing. Now, with sunscreens, often people do swatches on their hands, but I think this is a little bit misleading, because often after a couple of minutes working in synergy with the skin, absorbing absorbing but also working with the heat of the skin, you get a totally different finish. So I actually applied both of these, the Holy Grail Original and the new formulation, off camera so you can see. So this, I'll get up close so you can do a full inspection. This side of my face is with the original Make Prem UV Defense Me. That's the mineral formulation. This is with the hybrid formulation. Honestly, I can't tell the difference. It gives a similar matte finish, but I'd say if I was being really, really picky, I'd say it's slightly more dewy than the deadpan matte that you got with the original. But this could be a good thing because a lot of people found the original a little bit too matte and a little bit too drying. Whilst I still get the great oil control and shine control benefits that I loved with the original, I think it's less drying. So for those of you that reached for the original thought, no, it's too stripping and drying for my skin, I think this would work a lot better. Again, just making it more applicable. So let's talk. Now we've kind of divulged and we talked about the differences between the two. Let's talk about what everyone wants to know is, was there a problem with the original? Is this replacing a problematic product? Well, I reached out to Make Prem to ask for their opinions and take on it, and they very kindly got back to me and said that this was just an upgrade or a reformulation to make the product more accessible to skin tones and different skin types, and to just upgrade the formula with some better ingredients. I don't think we can argue with that. In terms of this product, it is way more accessible to more people, and definitely there's been an improvement in those ingredients with the introduction of the panthenol and the ceramides and taking out some of those potentially sensitizing ingredients in the original. So hands down, I think it's an improved formulation and a better product. A lot of people wonder that with everything going on in the Korean skincare industry at the moment, it's left us feeling a little bit skeptical of the industry as a whole and wondering whether the other one wasn't living up to its SPF claims, and so they've done some changing in the background to make sure that the new one does. Well, first of all, we should applaud that the new one comes with full disclosure on the testing, so we know that we're getting a tried, tested and verified product. So huge tick in the box and a ding 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 from the start. I hope more brands will start to do this. In terms of the original mineral formulation, Make Prem actually released the percentages of the filters that were used in this, and whilst this can't tell you the exact SPF because formulation matters so much, it does give you a rough guide that it was giving a high level of UVB protection, which is what the SPF value is set to represent. I queried why they didn't do some updated testing and some third-party verification on the original product, and they said it all comes down to the fact that they were reformulating with a new product, so you won't be testing on a product which you know isn't going to be around for much longer and was being discontinued. That does make some sense, and I think often we think these reformulations happen overnight. We think, oh, there might be a scandal, let's quickly reformulate. Actually, reformulations on sunscreens take around 1.5 to 2 years to come to fruition, so this was probably planned way before the Korean sunscreen scandal hit, and they already had in mind to create a more accessible product. I guess we'll never know, and I don't want to sit here and speculate. I had perfectly great results with the original Make Prem UV Defense Me fluid, but I'm so pleased that with the new launch comes a new suite of independent testing and verification, which we can all read and know that we're getting the protection that we subscribe to when we buy the product. That's a huge step forward, and honestly, I think it's a vastly improved product. I've left a link to the new formulation because some of the stockists are still selling out their existing stock of the old formulation. I've left a link below to the new formula if you do want to get your hands on it. Honestly, I think it's a fantastic product. Whilst I know some people that love a mineral sunscreen will be a little bit disappointed that it's gone to a hybrid, so it has some chemical filters in there. For those of you that don't mind, I think it's a much improved formulation. It's more accessible to more skin types. It won't be as drying, so more skin types can enjoy it. And of course, I think it'll work better on those deeper, darker and richer skin tones. So everybody loves a bit of inclusivity. I can't say the word, but I love it, and I think you get it with this product. So that's my thoughts and feelings on it. I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings are, so leave me in the comments section below. Are you devastated that have got rid of your favourite sunscreen in the original, or do you think the newer formulation just sounds better? I'd love to know your thoughts. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and look after your skin. Take care. Bye.